In this video, we are going to develop GetBasket Feature Handler class with using CQRS and MediatR patterns in Basket Microservices, and we will start with creating our query and result record objects into the GetBasket Feature class. For that purpose, please open Visual Studio and go to the GetBasket Handler class under the GetBasket folder. So now I am going to write public record and defining GetBasket query object, and this time we will get string username as a parameter, and this will be implements iQuery interface. After that, we can define our result object, public record, and GetBasket result as a parameter of including the whole shopping cart object. These records represent our query and it is expected result. The GetBasket query includes the username as a parameter, and GetBasket result will return the user's shopping cart object. That's why it is a property of GetBasket result. So as you can see that we need iQuery object in here. So if you come here and try to implement this interface, there is no package comes in here. So that is not included our Basket API microservices yet. How we can include this iQuery object? Basically, we will implement CQRS and MediatR pattern using the MediatR library. So we should install MediatR library into the Basket API microservices. But instead of that, in the last section, when we developing our catalog microservices, we have developed the building blocks class library that includes all common classes for our application layer. So if you double click the class library, you can see that these are the common NuGet packages that we can use for each microservices. For that purpose, instead of the manually installing all these packages into Basket API microservices, we should only add project reference building blocks to the Basket API microservices in order to get all CQRS and MediatR related capabilities. So now I am going to right click the Basket API and click the add button, and we are going to add project reference. In here I am going to add a building blocks as a project reference and click the OK button. If you double click the Basket API, you can see that our project reference comes into our project file. So that means we can use building blocks for introducing CQRS and MediatR related packages into our Basket microservices. For that purpose, if you go to the GetBasket Handler, this time if I try to implement this iQuery, you can see that I'm going to add using statement for building blocks and CQRS. After implementing CQRS and MediatR packages, we can ready for the developing actual GetBasket Handler class. The first thing I am going to change the name of this class, which is the GetBasket Query Handler, to specify query or command handler. And after that, we are implement iQuery Handler interface, and we will paste the query and result object in here. So our query object GetBasket query and result object is GetBasket result. If I implement this interface into class, it is generated the handle method, and in this handle method, as you can see that it is getting the first parameter GetBasket query and change the name of the first parameter name, and the second parameter is cancellation token. So now I'm going to make this method as a async, and after that we will start the implementation. So what is the main logic of this handle class? This will be GetBasket from the database. Since we don't have any database related injection in here, I'm going to put a commented documentation in here, which is the to do statement. So that means we will get basket from database and we will use repository object that we didn't develop yet. So that's why I'm going to this to do statement, and we will come back here and implement actual logic later when we are developing the repository classes. But now I'm going to return new GetBasket result object with mocked information, which means that I'm going to create manually new shopping cart and give the username as a SWN. So we have completed the handle method. So if you look at our class, you can see that we have using statements. One of the best practice is creating a global using class. For that purpose, I'm going to create a new class which name is global using under the Basket API, and moving all these using statements in this class. For that purpose, I'm going to copy paste and put the global keyword in the beginning of this using statement and save this file. If you go back to our actual class, you can see that Now we can remove these using statement, and this is more clear now. So after developing the handler class, we will focus on the endpoint class.